Hello, this is Jon Cooper, Associate General Manager with Ourlads Scouting Service. We're talking about off-the-ball linebackers today, and in our early analysis, we have 5 players to discuss. The first is Barrett Carter of Clemson. He's a 3-year starter and consensus first-team All-ACC in 2022 and 2023. Was one of our preseason top 5 linebackers in 2023, but did not have as good a year as hoped for and is back for his senior year. He shows a high football IQ and is instinctive with extreme quickness and read and react. He plays with a non-stop motor. He's sudden to change directions and shows sideline to sideline range in pursuit. Consistently outruns or rips through block attempts chasing to the perimeter. He's disciplined in his read and react on run fits and can explode downhill. Quick at the snap as a blitzer, he's adept at avoiding blocks and chasing in the backfield. Normally gathers and squares up tackles and is excellent in space. Outstanding in zone coverage with vision to see and balance multiple threats. He's sudden to break with the ball in the air and closes throwing lanes, creating issues for quarterback reads. In man coverage, he has the ability to mirror a back and the speed to take an inside receiver up the field. Has some trouble with straight up blocks in line, but has improved in 2024. He will take a bad angle at times and miss a tackle. He's a little undersized, but has every down linebacker skill and will fit multiple NFL schemes. Next up is Lander Barton of Utah, a 2-year starter. He was the Pac-12 Freshman Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. Had his 2023 season cut short after 7 games with a season-ending injury. So far this year, he has picked up where he left off in 2024. Outstanding athletic ability to go with ideal size for an off-the-ball linebacker. Excellent read and react. He has a feel for inside gaps and is quick reacting to a key. Sudden change of direction, reacting to cutbacks and misdirection. Attacks downhill and shows powerful hands along with knee bend to stack and shed. Quick with punch, he can lock out straight up blocks and find the ball. On the move, his lateral agility shows, avoiding or slipping blocks to gain ball side leverage. Solid chase linebacker. He normally takes the right angle and tackles well in space. Adept at zone coverage. He gets depth in his drop and reacts to threats to close the throwing lane. Reads the delivery key well and is quick reacting with the ball in the air. Can match and run the seam. Will take an occasional bad angle and has some missed tackles, leaving his feet going too low. Other than that, shows few weaknesses, and he's an elite prospect. Our next guy is Jack Kaiser of Notre Dame. He's been a rotational player for the Irish the past 3 seasons, and this year takes over the will position. Physical player with a frame NFL teams look for. He's been outstanding on special teams and in most phases of linebacker play. Quick reactor, he consistently is in position to make plays. Can take on blocks with a violent punch and is consistent with stack and shed. On the move, his striking ability quickly gains ball side leverage and he's rarely out of position. Solid chase player with range to pursue to the perimeter. Changes direction well in a short space and is adept at finding the shortest path to the ball. Physical tackler. He can gather and drive through ball carriers. Rarely misses. Has blitz skill working off the edge or inside. Early in his career, he had limited coverage reps, but more recently, he's a 3-down linebacker showing improvement in coverage. He shows zone ability with vision to see the quarterback and various route combinations. He's been productive with 4 interceptions. He can be too shallow in his drop at times and has had some trouble with shifty receivers. That said, he's an ascending prospect with a great future. Next up is Danny Stutzman of Oklahoma, a 3-year starter that was first-team All-Big 12 and third-team AP All-American in 2023. He's an athletic, high-motor player with ideal frame for an NFL off-the-ball linebacker. Plays the Mike position in the Sooners defense. Patient with his initial read, but when he sees it, he's sudden to react. Gets downhill and generally can take an open window. Very good redirection skill along with range and pursuit. He has a large tackle radius and can make plays in space. When he's right, he squares up tackles and gathers with solid drive. Excellent in coverage with range and a feel for pattern pressure. Can find and pass crossers and expand the zone when necessary. Solid man cover skill. He can mirror a back or carry a receiver up the seam. Closes quickly with the ball in the air and with his height stresses the throwing lane. Has been used to blitz, but shows hesitation at times and lacks technique. Can slip blocks on the move, but tends to play high on blocks in line and is too easily moved out. Lacks power and a strong punch. He'll overrun tackles at times, and his miss percentage on tackles has been higher than desired. He still is a solid player with some work to do, but he has NFL upside. For now, the last guy we'll talk about is Jay Higgins of Iowa. He's a 2-year starter that was first-team All-Big Ten in 2023. High-energy, hot-motor player with a solid football IQ and instinctive nose for the ball. Has been an outstanding special team player his whole career, along with starting at 2 linebacker spots, beginning in 2023. He's a team leader and quarterback of an outstanding Iowa defense. Excellent read and react with precise inside run fits. He gets downhill in a hurry and makes rapid adjustments in traffic. Powerful taking on blocks with an explosive punch to stack and shed. He's quick to gain ball side leverage and is always around the ball. His hot motor gives him sideline to sideline pursuit ability. Has above average lateral movement, but is more effective coming downhill. Excellent fundamental tackling skill. He takes good angles and squares up tackles with gather, drive, and finish. He's a solid zone defender with depth of drop and a feel for route combinations. Gets a good read on the delivery key and is consistent stressing throwing lanes. Not as effective in man coverage as he is separated too easily against a shifty back. He can be too aggressive at times, getting out of position. He's not an elite athlete, and he may not test well, but he is way too productive to ignore.